Hi, everybody, and welcome to Pittsburgh Today Live. I'm Brenda Waters, in for Christine Sorensen. This is my family I'm standing with this morning. You're going to meet them a little bit later. We're starting off in the kitchen this morning to introduce you to one of Pittsburgh's first families of food. It's the Girasole family of the popular Girasole Restaurant in Shadyside. 3 generations of Girasoles are here to cook for us, and since it's a ripe time for tomatoes, today's recipes all use fresh garden tomatoes. But first, favorite recipes shared by the Girasole family, owners of that famous restaurant in Shadyside on Copeland. We gave them a challenge: help us find recipes to use fresh garden tomatoes from our gardens. There's so many of them. Now, the mother, the sons, and the granddaughters rose to that challenge and are here to share some dishes that are family favorites. Okay, we want to welcome Patty, the mother, and we have sons Vince and Vito, and we also have the granddaughters Isabella and Olivia. How are you guys?
Good.
I'm impressed you got that right. Family. Pardon me?
Impressed you got that right.
I did. Okay, so she's impressed. Is my boss listening? She's impressed. Okay. How are you guys?
Very well,
Great.
thank you.
We're hoping you're impressed too, because this is a typical meal for us. This is actually a small meal.
Really? And
Yes.
you guys are all so tiny. How do you manage that?
You know what? It takes a lot of work. We do a lot of stretching exercises, and we work out in the kitchen a lot.
It's aesthetically pleasing. It smells good in here. And oh my gosh, it just looks great. So what's going on?
All right, well, we thought we would rise to your challenge, like you said, and try to do something with tomatoes, because Vito, you grow a lot of tomatoes in your backyard, right?
I do grow a lot of tomatoes. They're about this high.
I love his voice. I do grow tomatoes. I love that voice.
We love his voice too. You should hear him sing. But anyway, with all those tomatoes, you got to figure out something to do. So we came up with these recipes that have basically the same ingredients. We're using tomatoes, some onion and basil, and we kick in some different ingredients. But at
first, you can't tell us everything. I know.
We'll tell you everything.
You will? No family secrets here?
No, we don't like to keep any secrets.
Okay.
Everything out in the open, open and above board. But we're going to start with the classic salad, tomato salad, that we all grew up with. Patty used to make this when we were young, and her mom made it when we were growing up. But anyway, what it is you take some tomato and you just chop it up like this, put it in a bowl. You'll then add some, we like to use red onion. Add some red onion to that.
They're pretty too. Yeah.
It really looks pleasing too. And then we take some basil and we drop it in. And this is your classic tomato salad, and you mix it up with some extra virgin olive oil. We have some made already right here. As I put the finishing touches on this, you put salt and pepper to taste on top of it. And then if you have those beautiful heirloom tomatoes that a lot of people have, zebras and the yellow tomatoes, you can make a more colorful plate if you don't like just the red right there. And that's the first variation. Now my daughter, Olivia, is going to show us something else.
My aunt used to do a southern version of that, my aunt and my mother, southern style. It would be vinegar and sugar.
Well, you know what's something? The influence of the tomato is stronger in southern Italy as well, so maybe there's a southern thing.
Maybe so, maybe so. I knew we were related. I just knew it.
Right, so we also have some leftover bread, just like we have leftover tomatoes. And what we're going to make is panzanella salad. So what you do is you can take the same ingredients from the basic tomato salad, and you just put them in with the bread. And then you can add a little bit of extra salt and pepper, some extra olive oil. You can also use the heirloom tomato salad, which is nice and colorful. And then you just have your panzanella salad, and that's what it looks like when it's finished.
Very nice. Okay. I'm going to tell everyone why she sounds so professional. She's on a cookbook back here. I'll show you a little bit later. Okay.
Now we're going to toss it over to Vito with the classic.
Okay.
Everybody loves a caprese salad. It's so simple. You just slice some tomatoes, you put some basil, some buffalo mozzarella cheese on top, and you just keep on going. And it's everybody's favorite. It's fresh. You drizzle some olive oil on top of it, throw some cracked pepper.
Get some olive oil on the counter too, right?
Right there, babe. All right. It's fantastic. It's fresh and simple.
And it's the colors of the Italian flag.
Thank you, Mom. And then we also made last night some baked tomatoes. You drizzle a little bit of olive oil and balsamic vinegar on top. I took some of my thyme, just chopped it up, baked it in the oven at 275 for about an hour and a half.
Your personal time or the time?
The season. These little things right here.
I'm kidding, Vito, I'm kidding.
Vito, you got something to put on a plate for Brenda? She's got to taste something.
Definitely here. Yeah. I brought a little piece of bread for you, Brenda, and we'll use my fingers and pass it over to you.
All right.
And you can serve them hot or cold. They just really bring out the flavors of the tomato.
Okay.
And it's super delicious.
You need to.
A little bit. Okay, now while I'm eating my tomato here, you may recognize this face because you used to be in town on the other station, Vince.
Right, but I work for your sister station in Chicago now.
Okay, CBS
So-
in Chicago. See,
so it's all in the family.
I'm glad you came to your senses, okay? Okay, so tell us about your family here. Who everyone is and everything.
Well,
I introduced them, but you can tell us.
Patty and my brother Vito have the restaurant in Shadyside, along with my brother Gino, my dad Pi, and my sister-in-law Jennifer. And they run Gerasole Restaurant. We get here as often as we can from Chicago to eat there.
All right.
And then my daughters Isabella and Olivia, they have a website called Spatulata.com. And Isabella, talk a little bit more about the website.
Well, the website Spatulata started in 2005, and it's like a webcast where we you can see videos of this beautiful face and also my beautifuler face on the website. Yeah. So how do you like that? I cooked.
Okay, I love it.
Don't bug me about my English. So
okay.
we have so you can go on the website and see stream videos of us teaching other kids how to cook.
Okay.
And we get the recipes submitted to our website from all over the world. Anyone who has a computer has access to this website.
Well, great.
So we've had a lot of Italian influences, obviously.
Does she always do all the talking like that?
Because of the James
say
Beard
anything?
Award, right?
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the reason we have this cookbook is because we fortunately won a James Beard Award in
And that's a
2006.
big thing. That's like the Oscars
Well,
for
thanks.
cooking, right?
I'm glad
Isn't
you
it?
said it because it sounds bad when I say it. You know, I'm trying to explain it to people. But I won this really prestigious award, and they're like,
no.
"Oh, okay."
If you don't pat yourself on the back, girlfriend, go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
All right. So now, what are you cooking here?
Well, here I am making a really simple tomato sauce. Okay, so we're using the same ingredients. So without looking, tell me what's in here. Go, pop quiz. You awake?
I like her.
Okay.
Let's see, tomatoes.
You can't. All right.
Some olive oil.
Oh, you cheat.
Okay.
Yeah, we have just the same things that's in everything else. We have some red onion. We also put some basil in here, and
I knew that.
The same basic ingredients.
Same basic ingredients. So now, and we just want to make sure that we're stirring it so the tomatoes don't get too mushy, and then we can put it on top of some pasta, which we also have the little mozzarella cheese balls on there.
Okay. We love some in here. I want every bit of it.
You want every bit in there?
Every bit of
Thank
it.
you so
Every
much.
bit of it.
Oh yes. Thanks. All right, now you can say you helped with that.
That's right. I did.
And then finally, for a variation on the theme, we took cherry tomatoes and we added some Kalamata olives. You just heat them with some extra virgin olive oil, and actually this makes a nice topping for some salmon.
Ooh.
But you can put it on top of chicken
I caught
too.
that this morning.
You caught the salmon this morning. Okay. I love this one. I'm going to take this one home. I just love her.
You can have her.
Oh my God.
And finally, we gave you a much too large piece of the baked
I'm looking
tomato.
forward to it. Did you bring me a fork, by the way?
A fork? This is more bite-sized. We'll get you
yeah.
a fork.
Okay.
This is like at cocktail parties, this kind of thing.
So this is finger food. Okay, I'm gonna
This
think
is
about it.
bruschetta.
And Patty changes up the size of the tomatoes just a little bit.
I
Right?
like to dice them really, really small so it makes it more bite-sized. And I add some Kalamata olives to it. And again, we have the tomatoes, olive oil, basil, red onion, salt and pepper. The basic
This is great.
You
ingredients.
think it's good?
It's great. It's not good. It's just great.
Excellent. All right, now you may hear this pronounced bruschetta, and chances are the people who make that, it's not very good because they can't pronounce it correctly. It's pronounced bruschetta.
Okay,
So just so you
bruschetta.
can be smarter than everyone else at all the dinner parties, you'll know it's bruschetta. So I just thought I'd
But if
deal
they're
with
saying
that
it
a
the
little
other
bit.
way, won't they think I'm stupid?
No, they'll think you're cultured.
Thank you.
And
I love her. Love her. Okay, now the whole family is involved in the restaurant, but the whole family is not here this morning.
We didn't have a
too
big
many
enough
of us,
set.
We couldn't all fit around your table here.
There's 5 other grandchildren also.
Also involved. And how did this become a family affair? A love of cooking? Oops.
Love of food. I mean, we grew up around food. Everything revolved around food. Our celebrations, our gatherings on Sundays, everything was food.
And it sounds cliche, but we really mean this. Food is love. And in our family, if you love someone, you feed them. And boy, have we fed a lot of people. We
you
also
can tell
are-
there's a lot of love. So
We also argue about food a lot, too, because I wouldn't have put everything in that bruschetta that Patty did.
Hello.
This is great.
He doesn't like to use the peas that I use for pasta piselle.
Are we having a family feud here?
Yes.
Vito better help us there, right?
Definitely. Just eat some caprese.
Okay.
It's delicious.
We're going to come back and talk to you a little bit more, Vito, because you're doing some other special things.
That's right.
Okay, now you can make all of these yourself, or you can let the Girasoles make it for you. You can visit their restaurant on Copeland Street in Shadyside. You can look for the menu, the directions, and hours of the restaurant online at kdka.com/PTL. But wait a minute, we are not finished here. We need something to drink with all of this food. So how about a high-quality soda bottled by Vito, Girasole. It is being served in top-notch restaurants all around town. Vito bought some with him today, and we're going to sample some of these great flavors. And there he is. Look at him. You're working out.